Oh God, I just spilled coffee. Off to a great start. Yep. We gotta fix that. Okay, here we go. So, we got air back in the tire. Yeah, it was flat just a second ago, and I just put air into it again. I say again because this tire keeps going flat on me. And yes, I do have some slime, and while that does typically save my hide from all the thorns that we have out here on the trails in Phoenix, whatever got it this time just isn't sealing up. The tire is still in really good shape. Let me get you a close-up on the hole right now that's leaking. It is right here on the corner. As you might have been able to tell, there's still quite a lot of tread on this tire, and I don't want to spend more money replacing it when it's still a pretty good tire. So instead of replacing the whole tire, I decided to buy this stuff. It's called Muck Off, and I've seen these before. They're basically puncture plugs. I've heard many names from them. I've heard that they're like bacon strips. I've also heard them called like worms, but it's a little goopy rubber thing, and you just puncture your hole through with it, pull it back out a little bit, and then snip it, and apparently it's supposed to seal the hole pretty good. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, let's see how this goes. There's a lot of these you can buy on Amazon, but this one was just super small and super light, and I like the idea of keeping my bag light. A lot of the other ones are like a little more solid metal, little self-enclosed cases, but this one was light with a little baggie. In any case, this is the repuncture tool, and here are the strips it comes with. Looks like you get 3 different thicknesses, and you would use the one depending on the size of your hole. Right now, I don't hear it leaking, so it's gotta be really small. So I'm gonna start off and try the smallest one that comes with the kit. And so what does it say here? That's just reminding you to keep this little cap on the end of it. So this particular one has a rough edge on it, and the idea is you puncture it through, clean it up first. So let's do that. It's a little bit nervous, like stabbing your tire on purpose, but that's what you're supposed to do. So here's the hole. Ooh. Oh, yeah, there is stuff in there. Oh, does not sound good, but we didn't have a hole before. We definitely have one now. While this thing makes a whole bunch of noise, let's get this little stuff out. And there it is. You basically thread it through like you're threading a thread through a needle, although it's a little easier. Ah, it's so sticky. And then we put it back in the same hole we just made. All the way in. And then pull all the way. Okay, so I pull a little bit too hard, but there is still a little bit on there, and the sound stopped. So it definitely plugged the hole already. Let me get a little close-up of what that looks like. So then all you're supposed to do is get some scissors and snip it. And yeah, I think that's all you have to do. It's now plugged. Now, they do recommend to make sure you have some sort of tire sealant in your tire with this to help seal it even more. But to really test it out, I'm gonna throw some air back in it, set it to a PSI that I know and I'm used to riding, and I'm gonna spend the next couple days or week riding it, bonking it, nudging it, and we're gonna see if that holds. Oh, one more thing though, just in case when I do go ride, I'm gonna bring this little pump with me. And if this looks familiar, I think it's the same pump that the Float Life is using or rebranded for the HSP, Hella Small Pump. I bought this before that pump existed. Otherwise, I would have supported the Float Life and bought theirs, but I think it's the same one. It's got a built-in little hose and you turn it on. You can set your PSI, plug it in, and put some air back on your tire. Put some air back in your tire while you're out and about, just in case. And it also comes with an extra attachment here, which basically just like screws onto the bottom and gives it more battery. But also doubles as a battery bank if you are already carrying a battery bank. And it's gonna work for me? Maybe I didn't charge this half of it. Oh, there it goes. And it's a flashlight. So flashlight, a flashlight, a battery bank, and additional charge for the pump. And both of these are USB-C, which I love to see. Anyways, I'm gonna be carrying these in my bag just in case I do lose air out and about. I will also be carrying along with me my puncture tool in case I get another hole. And I'm gonna report back and let you know how it goes. So to start things out, I set my PSI to 15 so that I had a baseline to work off of. That same day, I met up with some friends at the park, and as soon as I arrived, feels like it lost air already. That's not good. Let's check it. Yeah. So it looks like the tire's already lost some air. We're gonna put some back in, ride it around, and maybe it just needs a little bit of time to kind of seal up. So maybe if I ride it, put some pressure on it, it'll plug better. Yeah. All right, this pump shows 6.5. Try to get it back up to 15. After I got the PSI back up to 15, I started just messing around and seeing how it held up. A few days later, I went to the garage to check the PSI again. And again, I had to put air into the tire. And, of course, went out for another ride session. This time, the tire pressure dropped down to 13, so it seems like it's getting better. Or is it?
So far, I've been having to put air in this thing every time I go back out to ride it. Usually it lasts me a ride, but then a day or two, a week later, there's no air, and I gotta fill it up again. Yeah, the plug is still there, but I don't know, it could be because it's on the corner of the tire. It's just not working. So I'm gonna try and plug it again and throw some extra armadillos I had laying around in there and see if it works with a new plug and more wet stuff inside. Literally my watch again is telling me to relax. Apparently I'm stressed out stabbing tires. That's weird, you know, like how, have you ever seen those videos of people that go to places like smash plates or maybe just shoot guns to like relieve stress? I guess I'm the opposite. Like, this is just, it just feels wrong. Like, my watch even tells me it feels wrong. Just trying to use this. There's like a rough section on the tool that's supposed to like clean the edges. Actually, I don't think it cleans it. I think it just roughs it up. And by roughing it up, it gives some texture for the little I don't know, what do they call these things? Worms or whatever, to like really stick in there. So, and this time I'm gonna use the thickest version to shove in the hole. And we'll just jam it in there.
Oh, baby.
Cross our fingers. That's most definitely in there now. But there's still a big nub on my tire. Just trying to get the nub as flush as possible. So I know Armadillos was not in this tire before because it was blue, and Armadillos is usually this kind of red color. Maybe this is the secret sauce. All right, well, gonna put air in it again and do some more test riding. Wish me luck.
All right, Mikey, that's good. Mikey, Mikey, Mikey. Thank you, that's good.
Oh,
All right.
okay. So I just doing what you told me to, boss.
This guy. As if bonking it myself off of roots and rocks wasn't enough, I had to have Mikey bonk it quite a bit, you know, just to make sure. I wanted to make sure that that plug really held. So, you know, had him go to town on that thing, and well, yeah, I got to make him earn his pay. Just kidding. I don't pay Mikey. He just eats all the food for free. Anyways, hey, so I'm super stoked. I don't know for sure if it was the larger plug that I put in there or the extra half bottle of Armadillo sealant that I put inside the tire, but what I do know is results are results, and the tire is now holding pressure. It has been a week and a half, 2 weeks now, where I haven't had to put air in it. And in fact, during that last ride montage, I checked the tire pressure. When I went out to go ride, I think it was 14 or 15. And after the ride, the tire pressure actually went up to 15 or 16. And that's because the air in the tire was cold in the morning, and as I rode, it warmed up and hot air expands, so we gain tire pressure. So that's great. That's great news. The tire plug does work, which makes me happy because I really wanted to come away from this video showing you guys that you can plug a tire and still use it if you have one that's still in good shape, and that way you don't have to just cut your losses and chuck it and buy a new one. So it's not pretty, but it works. So where did I put it? Hold on a second. So if you're interested in this tire plug kit that I bought, I will leave a link down in the description so that you can check it out. Again, all my links are referral links. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it gives me a very, very, very small kickback. So it does help out, support the channel. So use my links if you can. Also, I'll leave a link down to this pump if it's still available on Amazon, but I would also go check out what the Float Life carries on their website because they are awesome. They help spread the stoke and provide us with awesome third-party products, such as this Enduro tire. So, you know, support our third-party Onewheel, Float Wheel, whatever wheel you ride. manufacturers and stoke spreaders because they're the ones that are going to keep us rolling and riding with all kinds of new goodies. Anyways, that's Ginter for now. I hope you learned something from the video. I hope you found it entertaining. If you did, you know the drill. Bonk that like button. And of course, if you like this Onewheel stuff and other PEV stuff, should I get some, hit the subscribe button because that's what I love to do on this channel. All right, guys, I hope you guys are having a great holiday season. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next year. Peace.
Mikey, stop it! You don't have to beat on the tire anymore. Bring me back my chips.